All right. What's going down, folks? It's a brand new episode of PD&J. What's good today? I am your host, Jay.
We're back. It's Pocket. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, man. How was your vacay?
It was the vacay to daycay. I mean, I got to see the Whalers. That's right. Bob Marley's, not even Ziggy. Bob Marley's father. Bob Marley. I can't talk. Got to see the Whalers live, and it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. Reminisced, celebrated my dad, who would have been 90 this year. Love you, Pops.
What else did you do?
Oh, just freaking relaxed. I mean, you got to think, man, we've been running rampant every week.
And touring myself, yeah, it's been pretty hectic year. A busy year, a great year. I can't complain about it, though.
Not busy enough because, well, being busy means other things too, which we ain't gotten that far yet. But hey, you know what? We'll get there, folks, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Make money, make money.
Now, let's get right into a current event. So, I guess current events as well as sports, we're going to tie in hand to hand. Have you seen all of the blockbuster trades that's
Man, I don't even want to talk about that. NCAA, what the hell, man? This tournament?
That tournament is, wow.
Boom, bracket, boom, bracket, boom. Even the secondary one, boom, bracket, boom.
Your secondary one already?
Well, it's not that bad, but I mean, still.
How many brackets did you make this year?
I think like four or five.
I did about 5.
Yeah.
I did about 5.
I mean, it's easier to manage that than it is a fantasy baseball team. I'll tell you that. So, or fantasy basketball, for that matter. So, I'm quitting those. I'm just gonna play fantasy football and NCAA March Madness. Those are the 2 things I'm doing from here on out. The 2 easiest things.
So, who do you have going? I have Arizona, and then my secondary pick would be Duke, winning it all. Who do you got?
Let's see. Good question. I think Arizona's in 2 of them. Gonzaga's in 2 of them. And then a funny pick I had, just random, was Houston. It was one of those things, you just pick. And Houston's still in it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because Arizona got to play Houston next.
So I was like, hey, you know what? It is what it is. They win. If they don't, hey, it's just a jumbo pick. It'll be hilarious if they go all the
way. It'll be funny. It'll definitely be hilarious if that happens.
But since you want to talk the no fun league, wow. The past, wow. You got Deshaun Watson now a Cleveland Brown. Baker Mayfield still a Cleveland Brown, and the Steelers won him.
Go figure that.
And
the biggest one of them all.
Tyreek Hill.
The biggest one of them all.
Tyreek Hill now in Miami.
He's a Dolphin, yo.
5 picks, though? 5 picks?
He's worth it.
Is he?
Man.
You got to get him the ball for him to do something.
Tua might be able to be that one to give it to him.
Well, I'm glad you said that. I was watching something on TikTok with T.O., an old interview. Excuse me, y'all. And he was talking about how when Tua was a freshman, true freshman, and he lives in Alabama, so he would go out, hang out, and he was talking about when Judy and them were there, and they tell him, man, you got to see this kid. He's legit. He's the one. So at that time, they were talking about that Tua was pretty good, and of course they're playing that now because it's T.O., Hall of Famer, one of the greatest receivers ever, not the best, but one of the best. So obviously going to be playing that now that Tyreek Hill's there. All I have to say is we'll see. We'll see. Got all those runners and track stars. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely we'll see what happens on that one. As much as I'm not inclined to watch the NFL this year, I am definitely inclined to watch what's going to happen going into next week or next year, I should say.
Oh, definitely. I'm excited to see it too. I really am. I think, but the thing is, the AFC is so strong now that it. If you think about it, it's not the NFC. Like you got what the senior statesman Brady. Oh yeah, Brady.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, Brady, Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, Carson Wentz,
Oh wow.
Brady. I already said Brady, huh? I guess y'all get the picture, right? So it's pretty much Brady against whoever's going to come out the AFC.
We'll see. Well, folks, we'll be right back. Real quick commercial break. Stay tuned with this real quick.
Hey you. Me? Yes, you. Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Hell yeah! GLM Designs can help you with just that. Word? From laptop skins? You lying! Promotional flyers? Yo, son! Promo videos? I need that! OBS Twitch overlays and backgrounds. Hey, yo, let me get that! Professional one sheets and so much more.
Oh my god.
Please visit our website,
I want it right now!
GottaLoveMeWorld.com today to check out our designs.
Got it!
Follow us on social media at Gotta Love Me World.
Follow it!
GLM Designs are here to take care of all your graphic needs.
Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to a brand new episode of PD&J. What's good today? I am your host, Jay.
And I am not Slim Shady. I am Pocket. So what's going on, y'all? What's going on? We were just getting into it. You know, we've been out for a little while. We had a little hiatus last week. And shout out to DJ CJ, man. You gotta shoot him out, man. That was a hell of an interview, man.
You might have had the week off, but that interview was amazing. Shouts out to DJ CJ Smooth. He helped me hold it down last week. Great interview. If you didn't get a chance to check it, check it out. It's on all of our platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. It's everywhere.
Insta chatter and snitch and switch.
So I want to get into something that's actually been bothering me this week, Pocket.
Get it off your chest, man. Get it off your chest. Let's go.
I sent you and shout out to Roland Martin, I believe his name is. I gotta give him his credit where credit's due. I watched the interview. I don't know if anybody knows what's going on in Mason, Tennessee right now, but if they don't know what's going on, they need to pay attention to it. It's just the simple fact of the matter that in some forms, a lot of people feel like they're trying to negotiate their land away from their people. There's a big Ford deal that's on the table. Basically, what's going on is this. For years, this community, this city that's been, 63, almost 65% African-American?
Keep going.
There's about, 20% that's white, 2% that's Mexican, and 1% that makes up the other, whatever that is. Here's the thing. Out of that 20%, they were the ones that was running that city. You had a white mayor, you had a white vice mayor, you had a white constable, you had all these people. Come to find out, these people that's in office is taking out cars, taking out houses, taking out everything that they can in the city's name. Now, back in 2016, via election, tables turn, okay? Now you have African-American people in power and in office. Now they want to pass off the debt to them and try to make it seem like it's their fault. Wants to bring in a comptroller to oversee the assets. Now, when I mentioned this before, I told you there's a big Ford deal on the table. This Ford deal,
actually, I'm going to jump in right there. So it's not on the table. Ford is already.
They're already in?
They're already in. It's not a deal on the table. The deal is done.
Okay.
What's happening is, now this is where I'm going to cut you off. But the comptroller of the bigger county has land that's being bought by Ford. And what's happening is all the stuff that was going on. Now, to go a little bit further, this Mason, Tennessee, if you want to look at the history, most of the people that are there, their family have been there for generations. Their family were slaves. So give you the overall picture, that's why that 60% is huge. The fact that it's most majority black. That's why. And they decided, you know what? We're tired of putting these officials in office that are not taking care of us. There's stuff that needs to happen. The city looks run down. And they've taken their own time. They've made a payment table. But with the comptroller saying you guys are not doing good enough. Now, from the interview that I watched, from everything that I read, this is the stuff that got me first with the interview, red flag. they had a representative from the comptroller's office who was
a black man.
Okay, now what he's saying is, oh no, you guys are still going to run everything. We just want to manage the finances.
Not
But
true.
but here's the thing: if you wanted to manage the finances, why didn't you do it for the first 18 years before 2016? Because everything in question is before the year 2016. I think it was like from 2000 to 2014 or something. And what we're saying is, it's mighty funny that the Ford deal's coming, the comptroller has money in it, and nobody nowhere is really looking at this. You're trying to take these people's land that pretty much
they've had for generations.
Actually, you know what I'm going to say? The 40 acres and a mule. You're trying to take the 40 acres and a mule because you want to make sure that you can get what's owed to you. You aren't owed anything. You don't live there. I mean, you don't live there. So
you don't own the land. Now you want to try to take these people's land because you have a vested stake into it. We got our comments open, you guys. So I just want to see what you guys might think or feel about this particular situation, because to me, I think it's unfair. There's a lot at stake of what's going on here. There's a lot to lose. A lot of people are going to lose a lot if this continues. What's going to happen?
So you know what? Also, I want to bring to the point. This goes back to, I'm quite sure everyone's heard the story of Black Wall Street. Have you watched the documentary and the movie? That's what I want to ask. This is exactly what happened before.
Correct.
With the Black Wall Street situation. What I mean by that is they were making money, or they were on the verge of becoming billionaires. They were already millionaires. They were becoming the big B, billionaires. The white folks got upset, and they decided they bought off the police department. Long story short, you know what? It's history. Go watch the documentary. I'm not going to go that far into it.
Go
watch the documentary.
I mean, at the end of the day, because a lot of people, they probably just want the clip notes of it.
Yeah, they do.
So I mean,
but the reason why I said, when you watch this movie, have a family night. Friday nights is what usually have family night. We do things together. Pick a night. Pick a day. It can be during the day. Watch it with your children and then discuss it. Don't just watch it and not talk about it. That's the problem when people watch things, or that's what happens a lot. Remember, we talked about this way issues ago. People don't talk politics. People don't talk religion. People don't talk anything. There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about. Life, you're going to talk about life, but then they want to talk around things that are the issues.
Now, let me ask you this, Pocket. If you was a person in that position in Mason, in Mason, Tennessee, and let's just say that you happen to be the mayor, what are you going to do? What can you do? What can they do?
They're doing everything right. They're putting it in public knowledge. It's being broadcasted everywhere. Because what ends up happening, here's the thing. Here's the main thing. We can see that it's wrong. Why has not the state Supreme Court?
Now that's a whole other story.
Well, that's what the end. What you know what's going to happen? Ultimately that's where it's going to end up. It's the Supreme Court, the state Supreme Court, and then of course it'll probably end up in D.C. It'll probably end up there, and then what'll end up happening? Well, I'm not even going to say that. I'm not going to say that. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to say that because if anybody's been following along with the new Supreme Court justice, oops, they did it again. Look at her values. So, I mean, it is what it is. You got what you wanted. Again, I'm just going to say that. You got what you wanted again. But did you really want that? Did you really know what you put in there? What you're asking for? Probably not. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see, and I hope she makes you eat your words on that.
If you've been paying attention, she's eating my words for me. So I'm going to just leave it at that. Folks, what do you have to say?
I think he's wrong on that one. I'm just going to be completely 1,000%.
Especially after yesterday, I was like, oh boy. Now people are upset. They're talking about where I didn't wear my cancel culture shirt today. I should have wore it. Oh well, I'm not prepared. Where's wardrobe? Fired again. New one.
Hey, you had a new one. You just fired that one.
Right.
You keep firing people.
I like it though.
No,
it's the power.
It's not good for business.
It's like the Infinity Gauntlet. It's everything.
Here we go.
But hey, folks, what's going on? We missed y'all. Hope y'all missed us. Let's talk about it, Mason. And then, of course, something that I want to bring up that is very, very. He doesn't even know about this.
What's up?
I'm quite sure everybody knows the Hillsong Church, right? Oh man, one of the biggest conglomerate of churches worldwide.
Never heard of it, but go ahead.
Brian Houston, one of the founders, resigns after his second allegation of conduct with women. Now, this is why I have a problem with this. If y'all understand why I have a problem with these pastors that keep messing with parishioners, because a lot of people come there because they need your guidance. They don't have that. They don't have that connection.
They're vulnerable.
They're vulnerable, and you're taking advantage of them. This man was first time was a few years ago. He was under the influence and was texting someone provocative messages. That was the first time a few years ago. Why did you get rid of him then? Oh, because he's a founder. Now all of a sudden this year, he's now under the influence again of alcohol and some sort of legal narcotic.
Okay.
I was trying to think of the word to say. Man was high and drunk. All right, he was high and drunk. I'm just gonna come out and say it. High and drunk, and did it again. All of a sudden, oh, you know what? You gotta another scandal. All of a sudden, you gotta sit down. Come on, y'all. Come on. I'm tired of the churches taking advantage of people. And that leads me to another thing. Did y'all know that the Kardashians have a church?
Yes, and that's what we're gonna do right after this break.
Are you a business owner or someone looking for more ways and avenues to advertise and promote? Look no further. Contact us today for an advertisement. Email PD&J Media Productions LLC at gmail.com for more info. Promotions are everything. What are you waiting for?
Hey, are you with me? Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. So, right before we took a break, we just dropped some bomb-selling information. Did you know
The Church of Jenna
the
Kardashian.
Church of Jenna?
Yeah, so they have a church. And you know what?
I want to know who actually will be going to this church.
Oh, I can tell you one person is not Kanye.
Oh man, good God.
You know what, folks? I grew up in the church, and I'm tired of the mockery. And that's pretty much what I want to say. I'm tired of the mockery. I want to say more, but that's how I'm going to stop. I'm just going to stop right there. I am tired of it. Where are our bishops and pastors and archbishops that are church? Where is the church? Stop saying it's the church is within you. No, that ain't working no more. You got too many lost souls out here. You got another shooting today. Don't know who was involved. It's a shooting every day.
I wasn't going to bring it up because I'm tired. I'm not using our platform for that.
I'm not going to expound on it. But people are hurting. People are hurting for guidance. We need the church. The church. That's how we used to say it. That's how we say it, the church. We need that. We don't need church. We don't need what this Kardashian crap is. Kardashian Jenner church. And what's funny, and what's funny is they found a guy who was a pastor, right? That stopped pastoring, was working at Starbucks. They found him and hired him to run their church. Because you know what? They pay their tithes, and if you don't know anything about church, your tithes, 10%, that's the 10% you can get back. It's a write-off, blah, 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 blah. So, and people are like, well, they're probably getting their money back. No, I'm quite sure they get a big chunk of that change back. I wouldn't doubt it. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people taking advantage of what God put on this earth to help us. They talk about the last times, dag on it, we're almost there.
No, we are there.
No, I'm not saying we're there
I am.
because I'm not going to be allowed to see it. So I'm not saying it. I'm not accepting it. I will not accept it. Will not accept it. The more you buy into that, the less positive you're going to be. So I'm not buying in. But I'm tired of people taking advantage of the less fortunate. I'm tired of people taking advantage of the church. I'm tired of people just I'm just tired of people taking advantage of people. I'm tired of it.
So what you gonna do about
I'm not opening my own church, I'll tell you
it?
No. I told you, I grew up in it.
You got
I seen the headaches.
Pocket.
I seen the headaches. I seen the headaches that can go on. I don't want no part of that. I will support what's in the right, not in the wrong. I'll tell you that right now. I do. But no, this has to stop. It has to stop. We need to get a hold. The younger generations don't even go to church anymore. They just sit there and watch it on TV. They watch it on Facebook. They watch it. That's fine, but you're kind of out of touch. They don't have any social skills. None. They go out in public. You say hi. Oh,
They don't know what to do.
hi. Smiley face emoji. Like, really? You're telling me smiley face? You just smile. I mean, that's just, yeah, I can't deal with this no more. I can't do it. I'm tired, Sambo. I'm tired.
We're all tired, brother. We're all tired, brother. Every last one of us.
But I will say one thing that's on a positive note.
Hey.
We're now going on week 5, 6 of the insurrection.
4.
What do you mean 4? Ukraine, bro.
Yeah, 4 weeks.
And they still ain't done sugar. Oh, but you know what's great today? We finally declared war crimes by Russia. It only took...
Yeah, since you're going to bring up Ukraine and this, that, and everything else, folks, we got our comments page open, so I know you're going to comment on this. I'm not going to necessarily say F Ukraine, but I'm going to say I understand where their priorities are, and...
No, we don't understand. Don't even say that. We don't understand the priorities. Because here's what... he's trying to sugarcoat. I'm coming out with it. They won't let people of color get out of the country.
They won't.
Except now that one girl went public, her and her friend got out of there because they weren't allowed on the vehicle. Now, here's the thing. In case y'all didn't know, the Ukraine does have a part of their parliament that is set for the KKK. Meaning, yeah, they have their own part of the parliament, or the part of the democracy there, which it's not fully recognized, but it's there. And that's why you don't find me in Europe. It's Eastern Europe, Western Europe. No. No. Mm-mm. Now, I don't condone anything Russia's done because it's the same stuff in Russia. I don't condone anything that's been done. I don't support that part of Ukraine, but to me, I cannot sit there and say bombing in school, bombing a theater, bombing hospitals, children, bombing people when there's supposed to be a ceasefire. All that's acceptable. No,
I'm not saying that it's right, but at the same token, it's like, okay, there's so much publicity on Ukraine, but there's a part of the Ukraine that needs to be publicized as well, and this is one of them. Let people of color get out. If they're trying to get out, it's like, let them get out, help them get out. They'll try to help you. You got the whole world that's behind Ukraine, but you won't even let my people go.
Let my people go.
I'm just saying.
Tell them.
It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe somebody else can explain it to me on why they do it that way, but it doesn't make sense to me.
So you know how we look at things that we're so far advanced and we have so far to go. And I'm quite sure y'all know what I'm talking about. If you do, put it in the chat if you understand what I'm talking about. And what I mean is, when we had all these riots going on from 2014 up to still going on, I mean, with the people were all over the world, taking a knee, talking about they couldn't breathe, and it was beautiful to see the solidarity of it all. But then you still had quite a lot more people talking about he should have put it on, put it a little bit further into his throat. You know, oh, he was this, oh, he was that. You know, our freedoms.
That shit still hurts me, man. Excuse my language. I apologize, but that still hurts me.
That the moment of silence for the families, because I believe we just celebrated an anniversary. I don't even like calling it an anniversary. I don't like calling that an anniversary. But that's, I mean, it is what it, but it's disgusting to call it an anniversary.
It's disgusting of what happened, period. None of them deserve that. Not like that.
You wonder why I got quiet? Because it just goes in my head. It's a mental thing. Especially for men, let alone women, but men
Of color.
Black men. I'm not going to say of color because you got Indians too. I'm talking about black men. Sorry, I'm not talking about my Hispanic brothers and my Indian brothers. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about black men right now. It's still scary to this day when you walk out the house saying bye by yourself. You don't know what's going to happen. It's still scary when you see a cop.
Oh, I got pulled over the other day too.
What'd you do?
Apparently,
You see what you did? You didn't come out with, you fell right into that. You're supposed to say, I didn't do anything that warranted me being pulled over, did it?
No, it didn't. But apparently, I didn't stop at a stop sign, and where this intersection is, you have to stop. Like, you can't negotiate going straight or making a turn, or you have to stop. But literally, I think they just wanted to tag me because I'm not in their system.
More likely.
But to the point, yeah, I'm not going to sit back and say I was afraid of my life, but it got to the point where I had to call my wife and be all like, yeah, I just got pulled over, so just stay on the phone because I don't know what's going to happen. My words exactly.
And this is going to be going on until, it has to stop, y'all. It won't stop until the right people are in the right place.
And that's what Mason was doing until they're getting screwed. And I'm going to keep on working on that.
What's funny is we don't know we know the elected officials, the mayor and the vice mayor, but we don't really know their police department. We don't know any of that. We don't know their criminal situation. First of all, I didn't look that up. I didn't look the criminal situation up. So to sit there and say that they don't face that, everywhere there's a black man, there's at least 5 racist cops in that police department where you live.
I'm gonna definitely keep on that story. So y'all stay tuned for follow-ups in regards to what's going on in Mason, Tennessee, because I'm not even gonna give that out. Shout out to my people in Tennessee too. I know you guys are tuning in.
Because you're the only 10s I see.
Wow.
I had to do it.
God.
Well, you made me go. Oh, you know what? And shout out to actually, what's that other place too? Over there by Kentucky, New Orleans. Hope everybody's doing good there. There was a
tornado.
Yeah,
that.
Did you see the truck that flipped? Man?
Not funny, but
it flipped, landed right on his wheels, and kept going. I was like, you know what? Hey, I know my heart would have dropped. I would have had a heart attack. But why is Flint, Michigan on my mind? You have any idea?
I don't know what's going on. Besides, did they fix their water problem?
I know it's getting better.
Yeah. It hasn't gotten worse though.
No, it hasn't gotten worse. It's in the Supreme Court. I know the Supreme Court's trying to help. It's a lot of stuff just feeding into my head right now. Sorry, that's why I'm quiet. But yeah, Flint, Michigan's on my head. I don't know, something strange going on there,
I guess we gotta look into Flint then. Flint, Michigan. Shout out to my people from Michigan too. We got people. Do you know we literally got people almost everywhere in all 50 states? Shouts out to y'all, man.
Shout out to all 50 and 1. Puerto Rico, one of these days, we'll get y'all, man.
We're going to get, I think we need to get a Puerto Rican on here.
Virgin Islands will get y'all too. Well, you're a U.S. territory, so you good. We're more concerned about Puerto Rico.
Wow. He said that. I don't know. No.
No, see, the reason why I said that, by the way, U.S. territory, if they need relief, we send it. Puerto Rico, on the other hand.
Puerto Rico, hey!
But you know what, folks? If we're getting a little sentimental for y'all, it's because I'm tired. He's tired. That's a lot of tired. However, when we say tired, we're talking about the emotional stress of being a black man with cops around.
Something has to give. Something has to give. Because every day I'm hearing of shootings, police involved shooting. There was a cop that got shot again. And I hate to say it like this, but it's like, aren't y'all tired of getting shot at yourselves? You know what I mean? Now, granted, they can't choose every situation that they go into. And yes, I get that it's a dangerous job. And yes, there's stupid idiots out here in the world. I give you all that. But when you go into an investigation like one bad apple spoiled the whole bunch, now something got to give. Something has to give on that.
Well, you know, it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. When they go into the situation, there's, oh, you're all guilty. We go into a situation, oh, you're a racist cop. So one or the other is going to have to give way.
I think it should be the lighter part of it. And
what's the lighter part of it?
Well, I think we shouldn't be the ones to give on that one. I think the cops need to give.
So what you're saying is we should give them attitude automatically when we see them.
No, I'm
when
not.
they already got a predisposed, they have a loaded weapon.
No, I'm not saying that every person should walk in with an attitude, but at the same time, not every cop needs to go in with the assumption of guilt. That's what I'm saying.
Well, we live in America. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Wow.
People don't like hearing that, but I mean, that's just a matter of it. It'll get better one day.
Do you think we'll be allowed to see that day?
I'm going to do my damn best that I will be. I'm going to do everything I can as far as being a voter. That's where it starts, folks. We've said it before. You want change, you got to vote for change. And I'm not talking about the president. If you're doing the president, that doesn't really do anything for you. You got to start local. That's where you make your change at. When you get those judges and the ballots, you start there. The sheriffs, you start there. That's where you start. You move right on through that ballot. Oh, your mayor, vice mayor, go back to where? Who did that a few years ago? They got tired of it. Who did it?
Mason.
There you go. Mason, they did it. Voting, as much as y'all don't think it makes a change, I mean, we had the biggest voter turnout for the presidential election, which is good, but that still don't do nothing for you.
For the bigger picture, voting is a small piece of the puzzle to the bigger picture. It's still needed. It's still necessary.
So
there's more than just voting that can be done.
Oh, it can be, but that's where you start. It's not a small piece of it. You got to think about it.
It's a
you
piece
go
of
to
the puzzle of the bigger picture, though.
It's not a small piece. I'm going to break it down to you. You get pulled over, you get a ticket, you go to court. First thing they're looking at you, although the law says you're still proven guilty. You're black. You're in my court. You're guilty. I've been a judge for 15 years. You're always guilty. Guess what? We need new blood. Because that predetermination of everyone being guilty when you walk in that person's court. Can't tell me it doesn't happen. It happens all the time. Why do you think most of the cops really don't show up?
Shout out to my bro C Alpha from True. He's tuning in. Apparently, he sent me a comment directly. Salute, shout out to you, bro. Keep watching, keep tuning in. But yeah, back to what you were saying about the predisposed, mentality of what these judges have. Go ahead.
So we got a comment that said, please vote. People vote. The question is who they're voting for. That's a damn good question. Do you know who you're voting for? Are you going with the flow? Or are you actually making an informed decision? That's the rough part. That's the rough part. Are you making an informed decision? How do you make your informed decision? This is why I say people don't want to talk politics with your friends. You need to. If you don't talk this stuff, it's not going to change. That's the small piece, talking about it. That's the small piece. That's where it starts, talking about it, doing it. And then we get to the next step. Or actually, not even next step. We can do it at the same time.
I was just about to say.
We can vote and picket and do this and do outreach and do all this at the same time.
At the same time.
Speaking of outreach, you know what, folks? I almost think we should do some outreach.
You know what we do every year, and it's around about that time where we actually start setting it up. It's about that time for Toys for Joy. I think we're getting into that season. Toys for Joy is something that we started a few years ago. We take donations of gifts and toys, and we go out. We actually give them out to deserving families, or I hate using the word undeserving, or families that's going through hardships. And
that's what you want to say. Families that are having hardships. That's what you want to say. You don't want to say undeserving. That's
yeah.
You just want. I feel you, because you always try to word it. You want to be correct,
but not correct at the same time.
Yeah, you don't want to overthink it.
Yeah. So those that are going through hardships, we donate gifts and toys to them. So it's right around that time of the year that we get everything set up. If you want to be a part of it, definitely email us at PD&J Media Productions LLC at gmail.com. We're always looking for volunteers. And at the end of the year, we shut it down with a big concert. So don't know who we're going to have this year, but keep staying tuned, find out in the works.
Yeah, so that's going to be one thing we do. I think we're going to we got big things coming. Now, another thing that I saw, and I loved this interview with Shaq. It was very heart to heart. And it wasn't on his show. You know, we have that reality show.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on his show. It was just on a random interview that somebody was talking to him. He said, and I want you to put this in the comments, see what you think. I want to know what you think. He said, why do people, how do you think a homeless person feels when you buy them a meal, you're videotaping it, and you're handing them that meal? They have no choice but to take it. One, they're hungry, so yeah, they're going to take it. But now you're humiliated.
You're spotlighting.
You're humiliating this person. Why? So you can get likes. You can get, oh man, you really care. You know how many times I've given a homeless person something? I don't want nothing. Why? Why do you do that? I don't understand. Why videotape it? Just do it. Out of the kindness of your heart, you're going to do it. If not, then don't do anything.
My mom always said, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So
I was told that. I was told that too, but then the problem is my filter broke.
Yeah, but I'm going to use it in the aspect, if you can't do anything with a good heart or good intentions, just don't do anything at all. Save yourself the headache. Save the embarrassment, because somebody's going to be embarrassed. And God forbid it be you. You'll want to play victim. We're not doing it.
Yeah, and another thing that's great is great. I said great. Why did I say great?
It's not great.
Why did I say great? Where was I going? Now I just totally lost my thought with that. Another thing that happens too. Oh, I know why I was going to say great. So there is something that I do want to shout out to. There's a man that does this frequently, not for notoriety, but he finds homeless people and he talks to them about their story. And then he opens cash apps for them and raises money just for them and to help them get them off the street or whatever they can do. Shout out to that guy. I can't think of his name. I know he's on TikTok a lot. At first, I was like, what another guy buying sandwiches for the homeless? No, he doesn't do that. He actually, what he did the one time, which got me, this is really cool. He went to a homeless guy, said, hey man, you got like $5 or $10 so I can get something to eat. I'm hungry, I'm broke, I don't have anything. And the homeless guy's like, $10? All I got is a 20. He's like, I'll bring you your change back. All right. The homeless guy gave the 20. He went, bought a meal, comes back, gives the homeless guy $1,000 plus the meal that he just bought. And the homeless guy just looked at him like he didn't know what to do. Shout out to that guy. It was a little different, and I had to see like, why is he doing this? But he's showing that, you know, all it takes is a little kindness and stuff like that. Now, he didn't put the homeless guy's face. This was the thing that I wanted to get to. This is what I was getting to. He did not put his face. This is why I'm saying shout out to him. He did it. He showed what he did, but he didn't show who it was. Some people may know the homeless guy, yeah, but he didn't put the guy's face on the thing. That's what I'm talking about with people giving these meals. They give the meal, they put the camera right in the face so that you can see their reaction. And you can see some of them, they're like, what the?
Folks, on that note, we got one more commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Who's ready for some fun? Who enjoys a podcast where the host speaks about what's on their minds and doesn't hold back? PD&J, What's Good Today, is an open format podcast hosted by Pocket and J-Dub the King. Let's talk about sports. Let's talk about music. Let's just have an interesting conversation. If you have any topics for us to discuss, email pdnjmediaproductionsllc@gmail.com. Tune in to PD&J What's Good Today every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube Live at JW the King.
What's happening, folks? We're back.
Oh man, what's good with you? Welcome back to a brand new episode of What's Good Today with PD&J. I'm your host, Jay.
I'm your host, Pocket. What is up, folks? We're back after a week off. We're back just as bad and silly and badilly as ever. Oh, you know what, man? So I heard Biden was sick.
Yes, that was wrong information.
Y'all didn't know?
Oh shit!
You know why?
Oh,
Because he couldn't stop Putin.
Oh,
that's why. I'm sorry, I had to do it. I had to lighten the mood just a little bit.
Oh my God, him and his dad jokes. I swear to God. Woo! As you guys see, folks, on the ticker right below, you see our email address, pdnjmediaproductionsllc@gmail.com. Definitely send us any emails, fan mail, tweets.
Tweets. Twitter.
We also have a Cash App right there on the screen. We do take donations if you like the content, you like what you see, like what you hear. Show your appreciation. I want $1 from everybody that's listening right now. Just $1.
You know what, man? My hat didn't come back from vacation.
Oh, where is it at?
It's still on. You know what? It'll come back one of these days. Better come with some postcards, I'll tell you that.
Yes, we need to get Pocket fitted for another hat. He needs a new helmet.
Oh, shout out to L Boogie. I see you, man. I meant to shout you out earlier. I saw you on there, but we had to catch up with everybody. Shout out, man. I see you watching. I will have a new hat or my hat come next week. Lighter note, you know what? I'm glad. Remember last time we met, I said, are we going to have a baseball season?
We are.
We are. They came to agreement. I don't understand the agreement, but they came to one.
Whatever.
Hey, they're playing.
All I know is traffic by my house is hell right now.
Hey, but they got the ball game, y'all.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so you know what? So shout out to the ball players and the pear eaters. Oh, you know what's? Has anybody followed Rick Ross's cheap ass?
Man, what's going on there?
All right, y'all. So come on. Just tune in, Remy. Come on.
Oh,
So Rick Ross, you know, he cut his own trees.
Yeah, he cuts his own grass.
No, he cuts his own tree. He got an estimate. The man told him, I think a couple $1,000 per tree. So it was going to be about $20,000. He's like, what? No, you ain't going to charge Ricky Rose that. He went and got his own saw and everything and cut his own trees.
Man, saving money. Well, you know, he lives on the Evander Holyfield's whole property, that massive piece of land. And he said,
which actually, did you know, for you folks that didn't know, the Coming to America, Coming number 2, was taped at Ricky Rose's house.
Yes.
So in case y'all didn't know that, so check it out in the movie if you want to really get an idea.
Part of the reason why I had a part in that movie too.
Yeah.
But yeah, he saved himself $1.2 million a year in cutting his own grass. $1.2 million to cut that estate. That's not even a house. That's a freaking estate.
And now also I do want to say, do not take any boxing tips from this man. I don't know what he's thinking. I'll say this is the PSA. Do not pay attention to this man's boxing takeaways. Talking about, I don't know what they make all that noise for. Man, it's so they make sure they breathe when they're punching. You don't breathe when you punch. You pass the hell out. I didn't see it before. It's not cool. You go to hit somebody. Boom. I didn't touch him. He fell out. Well,
going back to your story in regards to the man that was doing stuff with the homeless, coming from experience, I'm just going to say it like this. Coming from experience, the homeless are is quicker to give than anybody else that I've ever known in my life.
Yeah, because they know what it's to be without. And they know how to live without. That's the other thing. They know how to live without. And as sad as that sounds, that's why they're like, well, they'll get it from somewhere. They'll hustle it from somewhere. So only thing I can say is now, be careful of the homeless. Like, listen to your inner self. My wife will tell you, we'll go by a homeless person and she'll be like, nope. She's like, why? I ain't new. They knew. I have a sixth sense about that. I do.
I mean, there's been times where me and the family, we would go out to eat and we got leftovers just like everybody else do. But I know, just based off experience, we're not going to eat it. So there's times where if I'm driving and I see a homeless, we'll give them, even if the food is still warm. There's been times where I've ordered a whole meal and I've ended up giving that meal away to a homeless person.
You know what? You just brought up a really sore spot for me. Because I think my wife is watching. There was a time where I had some leftover ribs. And anybody knows me, I do not give up my ribs. And she gave my ribs away.
She gave them to me.
No, you ain't homeless. She gave it to a homeless man.
The ribs was good, man.
Bruh, I was like, did you just give away my ribs? Were you going to eat those? I was like, I'll go back and fight that homeless man.
I thought it was part of Lulu's Tasty Treats, man.
Hey, you know what?
It was tasty.
You about to get a tasty beat down. That's what you about to get. Eat my ribs, man.
The ribs was good.
I couldn't believe she did. I was so hurt. And I had to go make my own ribs, which actually got a little better. But either way, I don't understand. Ribs left over. Get some ribs left over that when they're good the first time, and the second time, man.
Folks, don't pay attention to this man. He hasn't had his helmet. He needs his hat.
He don't understand. Where my rib eaters at? Forget Rick Ross and Perry. Where my rib eaters at? Where my rib eaters? Y'all understand what I'm talking about? It hurts. Bring that up, man. Now, I need some ribs.
Oh, man. Well, folks, this has been one heck of an episode. Fun, funny, interesting, entertaining.
I tell you what.
Informative.
I ain't done talking about my ribs. You're trying to cut me off.
Yeah, we're done. The ribs is
the
done.
next first hour which we doing, the first person. No, never mind. The second person. No. How many ribs? The fourth person.
No. 7.
Okay, 7. The seventh person. Ooh, that's a good number. That's a real good number. It's the 7th person that can donate to get ribs. Me and you gonna split them. I'll give you 1. I take 6.
Now you really think that's so much, man?
I was gonna give them 1 rack. I'll take 6 racks.
Well, see, here's what you're not gonna like. I'm going home to some beef ribs.
So we live in a desert, and if we don't see Jay anymore, I don't know what happened. I don't. He left my house.
Did I? I'm still here.
I mean, I got a hole in the backyard, but
They can. Folks, I need your help. Send that cash out because I'm going to need bail money. I'm coming for them.
See, they say blink if you think you're in an unsavory category.
No, it's blink if you're in an unsafe situation.
Oh, well, I'm safe. You in my house.
I can't tell them what the location is.
I'm talking about you're gonna be at my house.
No, I'm not.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, folks, what you guys got planned this week? We got our comments open for our fans. Right now, it's our fan mail.
And while we're waiting on some of those comments to come through, it's gonna be a big next couple months in the boxing world.
Yeah.
We got some big fights. Shout out to Alexander Usyk, Ukraine, heavyweight champ of the world. He's actually leaving to get ready to fight Anthony Joshua again and possibly beat him again. I don't know.
That fight's back on.
Yeah, June 5th, I think. That was the date. So that was back on. We got Fury coming. But the fight of the year right now, your boy, Shakur Valdez. I think it's a toss-up. I really do. I want Shakur to win, but Valdez is... He kind of reminds me of the old school Canelo where he would come forward and just want to land those power shots. That's what he reminds me of.
Shit.
And he's
Corey,
not
you
fast.
veteran. Hey, Mr. Stevenson, shout out to you. Don't disappoint me. Did I tell you I saw him live fighting one time?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
It was awesome. That was a great fight. Great fight.
That was when he fought that guy from Africa and he said he was sick. And so he still won.
And he whooped his ass.
Yeah, he still won. So, shout out to that. Then we got David Benavidez, the hometown boy from Phoenix, Arizona, fighting David Lemieux here in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm not sure if it's Glendale or downtown, but he's supposed to be fighting here in Phoenix. Might be something you might catch us there. Might catch us there. Never know. We'll see what happens. So that's something we got coming up. So it's a lot of good boxing, a lot of good sports. USFL. How could we forget?
Yeah.
It starts in April. There's no Phoenix team. But I don't care. I'm still going to watch it, see what it is, see if it's actually worth watching. I mean, they're going to have a couple of fun rules and stuff like that, so we'll see how that goes. But, you know what? I forgot to tell you, I went to see a Phoenix Rising game.
Yeah. Oh, how was that?
Man, I'm going to say this, all of you Phoenix folks, if you have not gone to a Phoenix Rising game, go. It was a hell of a lot of fun. It's not that expensive. They have a beer garden. They have food trucks. So it's not like you're going to the stadium paying stadium prices. They are really decent prices, except for the drinks. I mean, obviously they're drinks. So you don't go. You don't have to go. Yeah, I loved it. It was beautiful. If you happen to follow, you don't even have to follow my Facebook. It's open. You can go look at I think I put some pictures up. Might have.
I think you did. Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Pat on the back. If y'all don't know, I don't really post pictures till about 6, 7, 9 years later.
You obviously had that much fun.
Yeah, so it was actually a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So we got a lot of stuff going on. And the weather this weekend here, oh boy.
It's gonna be awesome. You guys, and here's the thing, I know for a fact it's gonna be beautiful weather across the country. Enjoy it. Springtime, enjoy the weather, enjoy your family, take in some of the flowers. It's going to be gorgeous.
It's going to be in the 90s here in Phoenix.
Awesome.
So I'll take it because it's probably going to go back to the 80s and then it'll bop back up, in a month or two. We're in our first summer, right? We just have hot and hotter. So we're in the hot right now. We ain't got that hotter yet. There's our 2 seasons, hot and hotter here. That's it. That's it. Hot and hotter. We had a cool winter, though. We did have a cool winter.
It was decent.
It was cool. It was cooler than normal.
It could have been colder.
It was quite. It was about a week or 2 weeks straight. It was like freezing, below freezing.
Yeah.
So they surprised us with that. They did.
Well, before we go, we got one more topic we're going to talk about. Apparently, rent cost is up 17% over the past 2 years.
And now they're trying to pass a law for rent control in Arizona.
Correct. And they're trying to offer a gas stimulus check that they're debating about right now, where they want to pass off $100 a month plus $100 per dependent child that you have. So the next couple of months is going to be interesting with the lawmakers to see what decisions they're going to be making in regards to this.
Now, if y'all trying, now here's what my favorite word conspiracy is. They're doing this because they just gave $21 billion to the Ukraine.
More than that, it gave almost $1 billion in aid, including money.
No, 21 billion including. That's the aid. That's the money. That's the weapons. And people are like, hey, wait, but you hiking up our prices on gas and everything else. What about us, Joe? Come on, Joe, Sleepy Joe, help me out, man. So what are they going to do? They're going to give us a measly $100, $400 a month in some houses, $200, $300 if you ain't got no kids. That's why I said ain't got no. So, hey, it is what it is.
Hey, but for a lot of people, that can help, though. For a lot of people, that what you call measly couple $100 can mean a major difference.
I'll put it to you this way. The other day, filling up the tank was about $65. So, and that's once. Now, we fill up maybe 3 times a month. So how far is that 400 going to go? Not very far, my friend.
Well,
then those of you that drive to work every day.
Yeah, those are the ones that I'm praying for. Man. Yeah, like myself. Driving to the office every day. Woo. Well, folks, this has been one hell of an episode. Make sure you tune in with us each and every Wednesday, 5 p.m. on the West, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8 o'clock in the East.
And do us a favor. Email us. This is going to sound totally random. Who do you think is going to be the final playoff seed for the NBA? Totally random. I know. That's who we are. Final playoff seed for the NBA.
And on that note, you guys have a great and a blessed week, and we will see you next week. Make sure you guys tune in, folks. Peace.